Okay guys, so I got some of the painting done here. I got the intake manifold, the starter, the essential brackets, the air conditioner bracket, power steering pump, the alternator bracket. Got all that done. I didn't get everything painted. I said I was going to do everything at once. I wasn't able to. I didn't have a big enough board to set everything on after I had cleaned it all. But a little bit about the paint. This is it's just Rust-Oleum professional aluminum. That's the number if you're curious, and that's all it is. And I added some hardener to it, and then after I painted it, I let it set for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then I put it in the oven at 150 degrees in the oven, and I let it bake for about another 20 minutes, and then I took it out of the oven and just let it cool naturally. And what that does is it causes the pores in the aluminum to open up and allows the paint to really adhere to the aluminum, so you don't have any problem. I didn't do that with the starter, of course, but all the aluminum parts I do that too, because it just allows the paint to really adhere to the aluminum a lot better. I don't do that with the block because I don't have anything big enough. I mean, I could put the heads in the oven, but I'm not going to do that. But I wanted to talk a little bit about this valve job that I was trying to do here. It's going to have to go to the shop because the pitting was pretty bad in the exhaust side. I said it wasn't as bad as my Jeep, but it was as bad as the exhaust side was as bad as my Jeep. The intake side wasn't bad at all, and I'm happy with the way that the intake valves have turned out. But I stopped here because this thing was actually seating into the you can't zoom in enough for you to see that, but it's actually causing a ridge right here where my fingernail is. There's a ridge forming right there on that valve face, okay? And you're not supposed to have a ridge. This is not supposed to inset into the head or into the valve seat. The valve seat's in the head, and this is not supposed to inset. It's supposed to just seat on it lightly. And so this thing was recessing into the valve seat and causing this ridge in the valve face. So I'm going to have to take this thing in for whatever reason it's not working like it's supposed to, and have B&G go ahead and do the valve job on it for me. They can do that. I mean, they don't need a CNC machine to do that. So yeah, I'm going to have them do that, and then next week I'll be able to get, hopefully I'll be able to get the block back and get the heads back, and I can start putting this thing together. But yeah, so we're good to go. We're just moving along slowly. I wanted to make this short video. I wasn't going to make this video, but I want to try to explain step by step what's going on, and this is just things that people need to know if they're going to try to do this. That if it starts recessing and causes even the slightest ridge to form in that valve face, then you've gone too far, and you should take it in and have a valve job done, because that's going to cause problems down the road shortly. Within a couple years, within a year and a half, you're going to be having valve problems because of that. And you know, I don't want that. I don't want to do this again within the next 10 years, and that's why I'm going to all this trouble, and I'm doing it right. And except for boring the block, this thing is going to be like new, and I shouldn't have any problems with it in the next 10 years. So that's what I'm shooting for. I'm shooting for longevity, and I'm going to be going with a quality single moly piston ring. The pistons are fine, the rods are fine. I mean, everything in this engine is good. So we're just going to do this with the minimum amount of cost as we can, and I'll let you guys know exactly how much it's going to cost me. And I think it's going to cost under $500 to do everything that I'm doing to it. That includes paint, and the paint was $9 for a quarter paint. So this is the hardener that I used. You see the number on that hardener, and it doesn't take very much hardener, guys. It takes I think it's 8 to 1 on that, and fast acting hardener. And yeah, so that's what we're looking at. Anyway, that's what I mixed it as. I mixed it 8 to 1, and it seems to be perfect. It likes that combination. So 1 part hardener, 1 part hardener, damn, I can't even say that, and 8 parts paint. And I did not use any reducer. This paint is really thin, man. When it comes out of there, you don't really need to thin that paint. It's plenty thin. So just add your hardener if you're going to do that, and call it good. So that's where we're at, guys. It's just, thought I'd make another stupid little video and explain. I wanted to get this in here again because I just want people to understand and know what to look for if you're going to be doing this, because I said I was going to do the same thing that I was going to do on my Jeep, and I did, but it didn't work on this. So this thing has to go to the machine shop, and that's the reason why. Intake valves are fine, but the exhaust valves are recessing into the seat, causing a ridge in the valve face. Can't have that. All right, guys, peace. I'm out.